Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, 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 welcome. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening, my people. Welcome, 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 welcome. Mm, Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Frank. How about I greet? G Simon, long time. Alabi, I greet you. Henry Chimeze, good evening. Agatha Chinye, I greet you. Long time. Becky, I greet you. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I greet you. Greeting, Daniel, I greet you too. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, so my people, our brother Chimeze did a video this evening, and I think in that video he gave all the summary about what is happening with Ijele. If you want, should I rebroadcast it? Like, should I kind of share the video again? Let's look at it, or is it enough? Have you had enough about that? And there's something else. Today I was thinking about what is going on with Nigerian pastors and this stifling of any kind of dissentment that they see. And I remember something that happened long time ago. I think this thing happened maybe 2010 or 2011. I remember very well because that thing kind of jolted me that time. And I'm going to share the story with you guys. Of course, I can't share the video, but I will share the link to the video because that video is still on YouTube. The video is on YouTube, and I will share it in our chat and also in my Telegram. Ismail, I greet you. Good evening. So, first of all, as you can see, it's an open session, questions and answer. So you can ask me your questions. All the questions you have been wanting to ask, you can ask me. Um, yeah, I will answer as much as is possible for me. And yeah, I wanted us to also look into what is going on with Nigerian pastors and law enforcement. So I think, like when I always say, what happened to Ijele should be a learning curve. That's actually what I mean. I think sometimes you know something, you think you know something, you have a feeling that you understand something, but you have not seen it in action. Like, you have not seen how it's working. Like, you understand me? Like, you have not seen it happening, but you think you have, like you say, the judiciary is corrupt. Oh, like things are not just working where there's no justice, but you don't have a first-hand experience. You understand? And I think what is going on with the Jaylee's case, and being able to kind of have insight into even the documents, even the affidavits, like even the so-called document for which they are using to hold people. Like, if I say I'm disappointed, it's an understatement. Just take it like that. If I say I am disappointed, it's an understatement. Like in Nigerian palace, I would say in a boss mind, in a boss brain. It's not about money. So first of all, our brother is saying Let Ijele. I believe that when Ijele comes out, by the special grace of God, that he's alive and well, I believe everyone that love him, everyone that is his fan, we have opportunity to do that for him, right? But we are not in a place to do that right now, because what is going on is not about money. Because when I say it's not about money, like, how much do you think you can contribute? Think about it. Like, Alabi, I don't know. I'm not underestimating you. I'm sorry if you are thinking like that. But if you look at what is, you are looking like, look at, for example, Ebuka Obi is in Imo State today. If you see the entourage, you know what I mean by the entourage, his motorcade and how it's coming, you would think a president is coming. Now, that kind of a persona, how much do you think you can contribute to offset the ground he has watered? And the people who would actually do anything for him, even just so that he can lay his hands on them, or like he can just pray for them, that, like, just be in his good memory. Think about it. No problem. I've not even read what you wrote. No problem. I get you. Good evening. Good evening, my people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you are joining, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to comment as you see fit. And this evening, we are doing a question and answer session. And you are welcome to ask me your question, or, let's kind of talk and share our mind, because I've not been coming live very frequently, but it's Friday night. So I have time to sleep through the morning, so no problem. And I'm feeling good. I have a good feeling this evening. I mean, I think, it's obvious, like, it's visible. Yeah, so, um, like, there's a verse in the Bible I've shared with you guys before, and it's Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 1. And that Bible verse says that I saw a lot of oppression on the face of the earth, and there was a lot of people who were suffering and are in pain and in anguish, but they have no helper. There was no help for them. And on the side of the oppressor, there was power. And I read that Bible verse, like, I will still go back and read it, like, what is the Bible trying to tell us here? You understand? And it's also telling us, for example, say, agree. There's a place in the Bible, I can't remember it exactly, but I will quote it later. It said, agree with your accuser or something like that quickly before you get to the station. Like, it's actually in the Bible. Like, agree with, let's assume, like, police or anyone, like sometimes there's a place for you to, like, make it for no be like, say, like, and that kind of a thing, just kind of on the surface like that. Yeah. Good evening, I greet you. Who's a long time? I greet you. Yeah. So, yeah, agree with your accuser or something quickly before before, to avoid escalation, basically. So I think, going forward, for example, this I shared from um Jeremiah, what he's saying, for example. Let me put that post up here. Yeah. So it says, so he said that, I don't know if you can read it, but it is already on my wall. So if you cannot read it, you can just check on my wall. I posted this a while ago. So this is Prophet Jeremiah Fufunye speaking. He's saying what he does is purely cyberbullying. So in this case, he's talking about the very dark black man, VDM, popularly known as VDM. So because VDM has been calling him out on his different merchandise, heavenly merchandise, miraculous merchandise that he's been selling. So, he's not taking it lightly because, when you hit someone in his pockets, it's deep. And it's also what Ijele did. If you want to be frank, right? If you hit someone in his source of income, his source of livelihood, is hitting him very, very below there, right? So he's saying what he does is purely cyberbullying, cyber stalking, meddlesome behavior. You know what meddlesome behavior means? It means you dey pull mouth for wetin no concern you. Amebo. It's like English word for amebo. Gbeboru. Who ask you? Who send you? Oh, meddlesome behavior. Hey, he said cyber stalking, meddlesome behavior, and the law will take its course. Yeah. So if you look at some of his status, someone of the status of Jeremiah Fufu Yena, look at his congregation, look at the multitude of people there. Hmm? And you can imagine there will be people who will be in the law enforcement, in the judiciary, in that congregation, because it's a huge one, and there are a lot of people in that caliber. So you cannot, like, I don't know how else to say it. I'm not gonna say, he's going to do bribery and corruption, but I don't know, he has friends in high places. That's what I'm saying. And he's saying the law will take his course, right? The law will take his course. So and he said that there are law enforcement agencies and courts he can resort to. It's like, if VDM doesn't like what he's doing, or whatever is not according to his taste, he should go to courts, he should go to law enforcement, go to police, that kind of a thing. But that he cannot resort to, and it's not recognized in the Nigerian constitution, to call to social media to cyberbully, defame is never done anywhere. So this is his own position about what the VDM is doing. So I think that there's a message there, because if he's saying the law will take his course, I think VDM should be very careful, because last month we heard the one of what is it called now? Mountain of Fire and Miracles pastor. The people he locked up for years, no? And they'll be doing come today, come tomorrow. And like, they have friends in high places. They have judges, they have justices who are in their church, who are members of their congregation. They will do and undo, they will do anything to teach the person a lesson, right? And they don't even mind if the person loses life. They would feel like the person's life is not valuable, right? So, because the worst thing in this life is when you are doing something bad, but you think it's something good. You are doing it for the good. So that's where you will see this kind of thing come in action, because they have friends in high places. So I remember the case I was telling you about some years ago. That was in 2021. No, that was in 2011. That must be 2011, thereabout, yeah, 2011. So we saw a clip on the internet. Then the internet was not like this that time. There was barely videos, and that, like, it was not like this as it is today. So this man, Bishop Oyedepo, then I don't know, he called some people out, and then he told that girl that, when did you begin? The girl now said, I'm not a witch, but I'm a wish for Jesus. And he was like, what? You are not a witch? And he will not actually let that girl talk. And then the girl said, I'm not a witch, I'm a wish for Jesus. And then he proceeded to boast her. One, he's like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? So the girl was trying to say, I'm not a witch, I only came out like, but we couldn't really hear what she's trying to say in that video. And then he asked her, where are you from? And she said, I am from Imo State. And then he said, you don't want to be saved. You can go and burn in hell, and the girl went. So there was a lot of outrage at that time. Many people didn't know about this thing. Wait, let me remove this. I'm just talking story. I didn't even know this thing is still there. My sister, I think you should listen to the video that Chimeze made this evening so that you can have an understanding. Like I said, they have people that are doing one or two. So bottom line is they want him there. They want him to remain there. And for us, the most concerning of all is that his health is in jeopardy, and he is currently undergoing treatment, and the lawyers are trying their best to perfect whatever they are demanding from them. So yeah, it's something that Ijele will just have to endure and go through. Hello, Duxie, long time. Yeah. So, my people, let me continue this story. So, in the year 2011, we saw on television how Bishop Oyedepo, at that time, he was big, as big as he can get, and he was on screen. He slapped a young girl. That girl will be in her early teens, that kind of 13, 14, 15, 14, 15. It cannot be more than that. And he literally slapped the girl on stage, and he said that she's a witch, and the girl said she's not a witch. She's a witch for Jesus. Like, I don't even understand that kind of a thing. And I think they called for people who are witches to come out. In my own interpretation, I'm thinking that, the way he is high there, people who really want to anything to go close to him, be in his presence, have some kind of audience with him, I would think. So they said they called for witches, or I don't know, it's an altar call. I don't know what call they made. And a lot of young people came out. So a lot of young people were standing at that altar. And then that video proceeds where he was asking her, when did you begin? And the girl was like, I am not a witch. He said, yeah, what are you? And the girl said, I'm a wish for Jesus. And he was like, Jesus doesn't have witches. What did you say? The girl said, I'm not a witch. I am a wish for Jesus. And then he proceeded to slap her. You understand? And then he said, Jesus doesn't have any witches. And then he asked her, where are you from? I'm going to share that video with you guys. It's still on YouTube. It's a Sahara Reporter. It's still there. And he said, where are you from? And the girl said, I am from Imo State. And he was like, and the girl was trying to explain something else on she was like, I'm not a witch, I came out to do that. I was trying hard to hear what that girl was trying to say, but we will not be able to hear because they wouldn't let us hear it. And then they cut it off, and he said, you don't want to deliver, you can go and burn in hell. That was how he finished it. So there was an outrage that time, and this internet was just coming newly at that time. So everybody was like, not internet, social media, and we're like, oh, how could he have done that? He should be sued and stuff like that. And then he still came on his program the next time, and he was like, he slapped a witch some time ago, and the witch still came back to come and beg him for forgiveness because he went to their witch place, and they told her that he was actually using a he in that second narrative. He was like, and they told him that if if he condemn you or something, you're going to die forever, stuff like that. So there are some human rights activists, they decided that this is violence against a young child, right? That they are going to, a minor, that they are going to sue him. And they sued him. They sued him in a Nigerian court. This was in 2011, 2012. This thing was happening. And they were asking for 1 billion naira for damages. But of course, that was overblown, right? So they sued him to court for fundamental human right violation because he was, slapping a young girl in the presence of the whole world. And I'm gonna pull out that mail, the case. Let me pull it out for you guys so you can read it with me. So here it is. So he was sued now because of what he did. Everybody can bear witness. And they said, you can see here. So let me remove some of this advert. So you can see Oyedepo wins 2 billion assault case. It did happen in Nigeria. He's the one that slapped as of 2011. But some human rights activists decided to go and sue him. And I think what made it even difficult was they couldn't locate the girl. Who is that girl? Where was she? Nobody knew who she was, And I don't know, maybe they have taken her back to the village. I wish that girl now, she will be in her early 20s now, because so many years have passed. I believe she'll be in her in the middle of her 20s. It will be good for her to come forward now if she's still alive. I don't know what they would have done to her, someone that was publicly declared a witch, right? And there were also other young people in that altar that came out. And then he asked the other one, when did you begin? And that one now said, he's not a witch, but he always used to think about sexual things, So they were just saying different things, but not witch. So I don't know what the altar call was that made them to come out, and then he attacked that girl. So here he said, an Ogun State High Court sitting in Sango-Ota on Thursday dismissed the 2 billion fundamental human rights suit filed against the founder and president of Living Faith Christian Church International, David Oyedepo, over allegation that he slapped a young female member of his congregation. Yeah. So my man went to this story. I know I'm bringing it up for bloggers to go and dig it up. So you can do that because, it happened some years ago, literally about 13 years ago, this thing happened, right? And they said the court dismissed the suits on the ground that the affidavit filed by the complainant's lawyer, Robert Igbinidion, did not comply with Section 115 of the Evidence Act. According to the court, most of the advancements by the applicants were contrary to Section 115 of the Evidence Act, which states that only facts and the description of circumstances could be stated in an affidavit. We're talking about something that happened live on television, and someone is making an affidavit based upon a video, but the Nigerian court said, it's contrary. Like, obviously, there is no evidence. And what made this also difficult was that the court also held that the suit was incompetent because the complainant, who was simply referred to as Justice, is not an identifiable person before the law, and as such could not claim infringement of rights because they couldn't find out who that girl was, because it was something that was on television at that time. And I don't know that smartphone and all those things was so widespread as at that time. And so it was just difficult to find who this girl was. Who is she? Where is she? We don't know. Nobody heard about her. Where is she? Did they settle her as maybe, who are her guardian? Who are her people? Like, we don't hear anything about that girl. And that girl, she said it in that video that she's from Imo State. You understand? So the court noted that the issue of slap as contained in the suit bordered on the law of tort and should not have been brought before the court through fundamental human rights enforcement. I don't know what law of tort is. So then 20,000 was awarded against the applicant. So the person that came to fight for the human right of the teenager that Oyedepo slapped was slammed 20,000 naira. Guys, 20,000 naira was a little bit of a lot of money in 2011. Okay, so don't think that it's too small. I think 2012, 20,000 naira is not that little. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. So the prosecutor said he will consider filing an appeal to the court judgment. So that was it. So he slapped somebody and the case was taken to court, and the court, trashed it and gave victory to Oyedepo and fined the person that brought the case. Yeah. So I can imagine, because I believe the court was sitting in Songo Ota, and Songo Ota is where his domain, his kingdom on earth is, and I can imagine that judge and his family will be members of Winner Chapel. So like, you cannot beat it. Yeah. Good evening. You cannot beat it. So what I'm trying to say in all of this is, be careful when you are talking about these people, because the person you are going to be saying, oh, he did this or he did that, he exploited this person or he did not exploit this person. The law enforcement, the police, yeah, for example, the human rights activists, the human I think welfare department, I believe they have such a department. Like here in Germany, there's something we call Jugendamt. Jugendamt is responsible for anything that happens with children, anything that violates the rights of children, Kindesgefährdung, anything that puts children in danger, anything that will not be to the interest of the child. They call it Kindeswohlgefährdung, anything that will jeopardize the welfare, the interest of that child. They don't joke with it, and there is a body for it, and it's coming from the United Nations Children Rights Commission, and Nigeria is a signatory to that United Nations Human Rights Commission for Children, Child Rights Act, the United Nations Child Rights Act. Nigeria is a signatory to it, and one of the conditions of those who signed that Child Rights Act is that they should enable the rights of the child as it is stated in that Child Rights Act of the United Nations in their country. They should facilitate it, they should protect the children, and they should make provision for children, you understand, to be attended to be helped, to be facilitated. Even unborn children, like for example, if someone is denying somebody pregnancy, like it starts already from there, from unborn children, like the right to life, the right to grow up without violence, the right, you understand. So the United Nations Child Rights, Nigeria is a signatory to. I don't know the person that went there to drink tea and sign with it, they don't know. But when they go to Nigeria, they are doing what they want. And so nobody is taking care of that. So Nigerian children are growing up under immense violence. Slap here. Like I see all this comedy, all these social media people now, they are coming out and they are doing videos. Nigerians have been so numbed by violence that they will be doing slap comedy, violence, go have beat. They do not know that it's violence. They don't even, such thing will not even get them monetized, but they don't know, because in Nigeria it's like the norm, that kind of aggression, that kind of violence. So yeah, I remember this story and I decided to share it with you guys, that you cannot win them, because when they are coming, soldier is following them. Nigerian soldier that is supposed to be protecting territory is there, like have you seen the videos of Ebukobi in Imo State? When he's coming, even armored vehicle, APC was there, armored personal carrier. You would think a president of a country or governor of a state is coming, and that is the level that they are in. And when you try to kind of cast aspersion to their person and that brand that they have built, they are not going to take it lightly with you, because it's basically hitting them at the belly, at the pocket, where like everything is like you're hitting someone in his foundation. He's not going to take it easy with you. He's not going to take it easy with you. Yeah. So my people, it's not about money. We are talking about highly placed people who are, who have their own intentions about it, Yeah, so we will see how it ends. That's all we can say at the end of the day. But if you have any questions, I think Chimezie have done a very good job in that video he did this evening. I shared it in my wall. on my wall, and I can also share it. Later, I will share it on my WhatsApp. So try and listen to it. It's not long, it's like 20 minutes. And if you want me to download it and share it, I can also download it if it's easier for you so you can, hear what he has to say. There's nothing more to add, actually. So he explained everything. And yeah, it is what it is. As it is now, now then they rule. Now then get power, now then now then they call the shots, now now their time. Good evening, Ada. So it's their time. So they are reigning. So like in the US, where they copy most of all these things that they are doing, when they do something and it comes to the attention of the police, they don't take it lightly with them in the US, but it's the other way around. Because the police, they are underpaid and there is a lot of corruption. It's like somebody was saying, one of the lies that have been told in Nigeria, that is the youth is the leader of tomorrow, and bail is free. You understand? So bail is not free. It is not, it's not an easy thing. So it's like the whole foundation, the whole structure, the whole thing is embodied with corrupt practices. So it's gonna be hard. I think the only thing that can change it is like abrupt reset. It's like maybe there's a forest fire and then boom, and then you start from beginning again, or something has to really give, because it's too much. You are not Where are you going to start from? You understand? I don't know where you're going to start from. Yeah. So I'm waiting for your questions. If you ask me questions, I'll try to answer. Yeah. So I don't remember this story I decided to share with you. So it's not today it started. It's just that because of social media. Normally, for example, this Hezekiah issue that Igele is also, they saw that, when someone is already dying, say, let me lash on it. So yeah, and they got a judge to write production immediately. So that's how easy it is, because they have people at their beck and call, right? So it's cash and carry, all you can eat, that kind of a thing, judicial and law enforcement system. And so there is no trust that, like anything is actually happening. um it didn't start today. So what I was trying to say is, these young people that Ijele was trying to defend, that they said this man had carnal knowledge of them. Now they were saying it in voice notes. They were saying it in voice notes. On a normal day, is it not police that's supposed to get wind of that and take action? There was actually one that cast one time, this one in Port Harcourt, that the minor he was even involved with got her pregnant, has already given birth. As at the time the story came out, the child was about 2 years, and that young lady was still not an adult, right? Is that not the case for the police to take off? But you don't see that kind of thing here. And so bloggers are trying to fill in that gap, but Nigerians don't like somebody that come in to kind of do that kind of work that, for example, law enforcement is supposed to do and they don't do it, and then someone volunteers to kind of, take it up on his own, and then, he's going to fall into it, because even as much as the system is not working, the country and the institutions are dysfunctional, people are profiting from it. A lot of people are benefiting from it. As the system is like that, a lot of people are benefiting from it. So that's why it's going to be very hard. Are you getting me? So normally that's the work the police supposed to do, and they are not doing it. Yeah. If police hear wind of something like that, they're supposed to say, who is that person? What happened? That kind of get to the bottom of it, but they don't do it. But if that kind of voice note goes out here in Germany, right? Even if you share if you share the video of a minor of any for anything, you have the police coming for you, right? Because it's a minor, it has nothing. You understand? And these people that Ijele was trying to defend with that voice note, saying all what that man did to them when they, that kind of a thing, they were minors. They were in their early teens, young teenage children, So, yeah, maybe he would have just left them, if their parents couldn't protect them. So be it. You cannot save everybody, right? Stanley, it's not about I saying, so Blessedom, since these people are powerful and can do anything they want, they should be allowed to do whatever they want to do. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? Because if you try to call them out, the law enforcement is on their side, the police is on their side. They are coming, the police is on both of their side. Was it not on social media the other time that Sulemomo, his joystick was on the social media everywhere, that he was showing a young girl, teenage girl? Yeah, it's a free for all. What are you going to do? Even the parents will succumb, right? Even the parents, they don't even want. There was one I saw. The more it was two teenage girls. They said they should go and be living and helping pastor in their house, and they got both of them pregnant. And then they resolve it among them, said that he should marry one. Abi, I don't even know, like, something like that. So, what are you going to do? So the question is, what are you going to do? You are not government. You can't fight government. And if these people are one with government, it lets for people to use their discretion. And they know what they do. They don't touch the children of the rich and mighty and influential like themselves, right? So at the end of the day, if you are poor, if you know you don't have influence, if you know you don't, it's not even like you don't have influence, like, of course nobody know about your influence or all those kind of things, but try not to be in a sorry situation. Try not to be in a situation where you will be the one under, because they will swallow you up. There's nothing you can do, I'm telling you. In Nigeria, there's nothing you can do in Nigeria, except if you have the evidence and you have all it takes. And if they leave Nigeria and they are somewhere in the UK, they are somewhere in the US, and then you can use it to file and they will hold them. But I don't know if they didn't commit the crime in that country. I don't know if you're going to hold water on them, right? So prevention is better than kill in this one. Yeah. So I look at people who are catching mugu. If you go to their, you see people, you will see parents, you will see elders, you will see police people, you see army. How many you go feed do? How many? When you are not the son of a president. Eh? When you are not the son of a president. So the thing is deep. The corruption is deep. There's a story that is actually flying today that someone in the north, I have the story, but I can't share the video because it's kind of not good. Because I don't know, the guy was just lying up, and he was speaking Hausa, so I don't know that Hausa he's speaking. So the story is that these bandits that we are talking about, they said his father was one of the, let me bring that story so I can read it out to you guys. I'm sorry, I cannot, I have so many. He said, yeah, so is someone from the north, Sha. The father is from the north, and they were taken by all these bandits in the north. So eventually, they kpai him. But before they kpai him, they made them to pay 5 million. So now the son was released, and the son is the one giving the evidence that the person that put the father in the hands of those bandits is actually somebody that is in government, a serving House of Rep member. But that House of Rep member is denying. I didn't see the story again. Here. But it's in Hausa. It's in Hausa. And it's saying the son of the late Emir of Gobia, who was released, has confirmed that the abductors told the Emir before they kpai him that Honorable Aminu Boza provided them with the information and 5 million naira to take him. Honorable Aminu Boza is a member of the Sokoto State Assembly representing Sabon, Benin, Gobia. Yeah. So that's the story I wanted to tell you. Sahara Report has also posted. Yeah. So what am I saying? It's endemic, as high and low, people take advantage of the opportunities that they have. If someone is a House of Rep member, he has the power, he has the connection, he will use it for his own benefit, because at the end of the day, there's no check and balances. When the judiciary is dead, like I keep saying, what makes the West different is because of law and order. Like those people that they put there, they know they yet they look who she face. So whether now you born there, they no one know. To uphold that law, it dey hard o. Sometimes they still they see corrupt one, but they will eventually catch them. But before they will catch them, they go don cause many damage trying to cover their track, right? But they will still eventually catch them. But our own is like almost like 95%. In fact, if you don't even fall in, you become a target in Nigeria. So if you have a solution, you can let me know. I don't know. So what I'm saying is, make everybody learn. Water no dey carry who we no see in leg. If they no see you, they no go carry your leg. So stay house, go to Anglican church, go to Catholic church. If you do service, you go house. If you like to go the church, any church where you like to go, if you after service you comot for there, you go house. So no dey carry your children go anywhere unaccompanied. If your children are somewhere, be there, make yourself available, because who dem dey see im mama and im papa for inside, nobody dey near dem, dem no dey touch dem, right? You remember the other guy that happened in the Catholic Church that he gave to that reverend father to stay with him, and he framed it up because the young man no let am bench him nyash, right? He was also there, and they were putting him in prison 7 years. Young man from 17 years, right? So it's happening. And the whole Catholic parish of Enugu, they were there. Nobody did anything. The bishop of Enugu was there. He never did anything, right? So I don't know. My own is prevention is better than cure. Stay away. Guide yourself. Water no dey carry who dem no see im leg, right? If you go church, you go house. Then if they say give, if you give the one wey you fit give, you rest. If you overgive, na your matter. Nobody go help you drag anybody. You learn the hard way. That's it. You understand? There's nothing wrong in giving to church, because church need money also. If we are sincere, church need money to run the building, the maintenance, the people there, like everything needs money. So if you enjoy the congregation, you are part of the congregation, there's nothing wrong to donate money to your own church, because it's your own congregation. You understand? It's almost like a family. It's like an extended community, a good church, right? So there's nothing, me personally, I don't see anything wrong in donating money to church, or if you feel like you want to tithe, it's up to you. But I've seen people that say, I gave pastor 24 million. He robbed me of $1 million. He robbed. You now you know. Now you know. Who send you? Hmm? Yeah, if you no use your brain, another person could use them for you. Hmm. That's it. Because as this thing be like this, if they collect the money for you, nobody go help you drag anybody. Elerugberu. Now you know where you see money where you carry give them. God go help you go see another one. You have learned the hard way. Yeah, that's it. Nobody is going to help you to come and be dragging any pastor. Because when they will be telling you, you will say, "Na lie, it's a man of God." There are good people, there are bad people. There are good pastors, there are bad pastors. Yeah, there are congregations that you will go, you will learn a lot of things for life. You have a lot of support. You will have a family. That will be good for you for your life. But there are some congregation you will go. You understand? They will suck you and suck you and suck you and suck you. So you are an adult. You have the free will. Walk away. Like that one that they are going, they were flogging them so that they pour kerosene for person, they burn am. You're an adult. Yeah. Move. Move. Get sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm capitulating and saying, you know, you understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you don't want to use your brain, they will use it for you. It happened here in Germany. There is one, they call it a colonial dignidad. They took them, member of that congregation, they took them to Cuba or Peru, somewhere in South America. Barren land, they built it, farm from morning till night. They collect their children for them, be training them. Many things happen. They went there to build a colony for them. Are you getting me? Germans, skilled Germans, engineers, professionals, doctors, nurses, they went there because they believed, they trusted, and they were exported even unto their old age. And when they try to escape, they will go through, because the place was just in a very deep swamp, very difficult to live, to escape out of it. You cross water, you cross swamp, it was really difficult. And they work from morning to night, year round. Even money they didn't get. They told them they were communal, everything belonged to them. How they are all parents. So when you give back, they'll collect the children for you. They have a session where they'll be raising the children. You understand? Like they were doing so many bad things. And the man himself, now man to man, they do, or to he be carrying the small boys inside, they call them unto. The small girls inside is say the women are them bad something. You say make that they comot their hair, make them for no born. I dey tell you, it happen. Go and look for it. Colonial Dignidad is on YouTube. Watch it. It happen. So if you don't get sense, if you don't use your brain, nobody will use it for you. It's a program. Everything is a program. And you have to use it to your benefit. Or somebody will help you and take advantage of you. Everything is a program. For example, you understand, everything can be taken to the extreme and use it to worship. But religion is like cognitive programming. You understand? But even at that, as a human being, there's where something will reach. Like the one that woman was saying, then the pastor not told her to lie down, he not told her to remove her cloth, he not told her to nya 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 nya. Now after she can't know. Like when you come to somewhere and the person is saying, come inside here, come only you, open, remove your cloth. As an adult, you're supposed to know, right? You want to anoint you, right? Now you go like one say they anoint the baby with those kind of a thing. So I don't know. But if it happen like that, there's nothing any one of us can do because we were not there. And again, you are an adult. When it touches people more is when it's a child. But in Nigeria, it doesn't make any difference. So the onus lies on you to protect yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Our brother said that's the power of brainwash. So what is the solution? Because there will always be people who are brainwashed. There are parents, there are brainwashed. There are teachers, there are brainwashed, right? They are everywhere. What are you going to do about that? How are you going to fight it? The only people that can fight it is the government. But the government doesn't want to fight them. The government doesn't want to put things in order, right? The government have the instruments to do it. Let me put on this ventilator. The government have the power to do it, but they are not doing it. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Right? So people take people misunderstand when you are talking about something bad that someone is doing in the name of religion and the freedom of religion to practice that religion. I am all for freedom of religion because I sincerely believe and I sincerely think, right? I've come to that understanding that humans need religion. Humans need something like that. And you are never going to fight that religion because humans are such strong social beings and life is so unpredictable that human beings need something that they can anchor on, right? They need something they can hold on to. So if it is not Christian religion, it's something else. Even people who are non-believers, they actually form groups and gatherings where they can come together, stuff like that. So just in the way that religious people will come together. So you are going to always see something like that. You understand? So and it's not only in religion. Anything you are doing in this life, there are going to be good people and bad people, right? So my thing is always like, regardless of the intention of the person that give you something or this person that brings something to you, right? You as an adult now, you have grown, you have known your right from your left. You know, why can't you use that thing for your advantage? Like when we are growing up, for example, or like people, the notion of village people and all my enemies, people who are planning bad for you. Just because people think bad for you or plan bad for you doesn't mean you should go and do bad for yourself. Maybe you will still be doing your best. You will try to look for the best possibility way for you now. You will have to, try to overcome. And I have that kind of outlook when it comes to religion, when it comes to anything that anybody wants to hold on to. And I do not discriminate people on the basis of religion or ethnicity, because most of us, we are in the religion that we are, especially because we were born into it, we're plugged into it, right? So some people have unplugged themselves, but at the end of the day, because of all the other attributes that come with religion, it's very difficult for you. You understand? For example, the structure that have been built around religion. For example, when a child is born and when someone has passed, that kind of a thing, right? So those kind of structures that have been built there, what to do, how to celebrate, marriage, weddings, you understand? Yeah, the structures have been built around it. And so for example, when you look at our African religion, you know, since all these years, they have still not come together to think of, say, okay, Christianity have a book, like there's a point of reference for everybody. Why does our own African religion don't try to, since all these years, come up with some kind of manuscript or some kind of guideline or something? Because at the end of the day, it's all about mystery, mysticism. What you don't know is bigger than you. You understand? And for example, Islam and Christianity or Judaism, the Abrahamic religion, they make you to be buried inside it through their manuscripts, through their books. You understand? and the order they have put in place, the hierarchy, the office, the institutions that they have built around it. And we have not been able to do that. In the past, we used to have it in small microsystems like the village, the community. Maybe you have one, you have more, that kind of a thing, those kind of thing, people that they are coming when something is happening. But we have not been able to go beyond that. So I am always saying that there's supposed to be freedom of religion. And the irony of it is, if you still see people who are practicing African religion, a lot of people also look at them in bad light because of the things that we assume they are doing, like human ritual, for example, right? Like, I feel sad because all the times when I'm hearing about ritual and ritual, they use this person do ritual, they use and do money. On what? On the background of what are they doing that? Who is asking them to go and bring people human head, like isi matter, like real one? Is those traditional healers or traditional medicine men, right? Why can't they evolve beyond that? Like, you can go to church, like, normally, usually they can take all your money from you, take all your possession, but they will never ask you to go and bring human head, bring mado, bring it, go on, so all those kind of a thing. And I think that's why Christianity is very appealing to our people, because when they say you should do sacrifice, you should go and bring goat, you should bring chicken, you should bring isi mado, bring it where, all those things. But when it comes to Christianity, they said Christ have already paid that sacrifice for you. You don't have to bring anything to come and charge, to come and make any new sacrifice, because Jesus Christ have already paid that sacrifice for you. So you can see the relief it's bringing. You understand? So you don't have to go through that, like you are the one perfecting it by yourself. You are the one bringing isi matter, ana matter, oko matter, bring woman pass, so that they will do this and do this and do that. They will not say do this, go to the riverside, go to the water side, and go to this thing to go and do like this, go in the middle of the road and bathe, go, that kind of thing. You don't need to do that anymore, because Christ paid the price for you. Good evening, right? So because of the death of Christ, you don't have to go and do that. He is the sacrifice. He has been offered on the altar, and you are redeemed. That's basically the summary of the story. So at the end of the day, government has a long way to go. It's government that will do most of the things that we are crying about. And then if you look at the people in government, who are the person that is going to do it? Look at the caliber of the people in the government, the mindset of the people in the government. And I think the main tragedy that happened to Nigeria is that Nigeria went into democracy without, first of all, having institutions to teach the people who want to become politicians, who want to govern, the idea of governance, what it takes. There are no institution, policy institution. There are people that like to actually go to school and learn governance. What is governance? What does it entail? What does it? You understand? So it became anybody that has money can just go and contest election and win. And then when they get there, they don't know what to do. First of all, they need to repay the money they spend. So yeah, as it is right now, I don't know the solution. So my people, call Hanon. I don't know if you guys have any other question. Otherwise, I will be signing out. It's been an hour, lovely hour with you guys. Yeah, let's keep the conversation going. If you have anything to say, if you have reactions, put it in the comment section. I hope I'll be able to come live again this weekend by the special grace of God. And yeah, we'll continue the conversation. And yeah, if there's something else you want me to talk about, or you think is important for us to discuss, put it in the comment section, and I will be reading your comments, God willing. I wish you all a very good start in the weekend. Have a pleasant weekend, and by the grace of God, we will see us very soon. Bye for now. Good night. And I think I should put that link of that video before I sign out. The link of the video that Chimize made. Yeah. So I want to put that video in case if you have further questions about Ijele, so you can watch it. And if you have any questions, if you have any other issues, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you all. Please don't forget to continue to like the video, share the video, comment as you see fit. Let's keep it civil. I love you guys. I appreciate you all. God bless you all. Bye for now.